Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, Divine Psychic Medium, delivering messages to you from the higher realms. So welcome everyone. So this is going to be a transmission for my Starseeds for 723 with the energies that are coming through today. All of them can be timeless though. Know that this will reach you when it's meant to be, right? So I'm going to just jump right in with what I was getting. Okay. So the energies and the attacks have been very, very heavy lately, right? As I've been getting things coming at me in multiple different angles, ways, just like so much stuff, right? So I know that something very, very big is coming and it's really trying to mess with the integrations, the activations, the light codes, right, that are coming in. Because we're in this very, very powerful this portal energy is like leading us into the Stargate, right? As you know, we've had these activations. So they're really trying to mess with a lot. Like I've even been identifying things like where I can just see exactly what is going on, but still like it's just more aggravating. These energies or whatever, these games that are getting played, like I don't know, okay, so I'm trying, like I've wanted to work for the last couple hours, but I've just had so much going against me and at me. I'm like, I don't want it to play out in the readings, but it's all significant, right? Let me just get into it, right? So, okay, so like you need to keep going with whatever's going on because they're trying to mess with you. They're trying to create shade and chaos and conflict and all sorts of stuff. So whatever you're feeling guided to do at this time, like you need to do it. I just seen 151. So like I was thinking a lot about this MK Ultra stuff. Like literally, like that's a real thing, right? And the download that I was just getting that my guides were showing me, right, is that they've stepped it up with what they've done, so. Like, for those of you that don't know that MK Ultra is more than just mind control, right? Like, we know that that's what they're doing, right? They have been, right? Like, AI has been taking over for the longest time. Like, that's what I call it. Like, look at the electronic devices and everything, and integrating. But it was all part of the plan, right? It's like, if you look up, like, MK Ultra, like it's almost hypnotic, right? Like hypnotizing, like back in the 60s, the 50s when they originally talk about the experiments that they did, right? Like they did it with LSD and hallucinogens and stuff, but there's different strands and there's different ways that they can administer this, right? Some could say mass injections could be a way to control that, right? And it was something that I always knew because I always knew that it was like if certain individuals, I shouldn't say like that. Like I've asked certain people in my life for just like what I found out that they got the injection, I'm gonna say, so get labeled right, that I was like, oh no, like you're gonna have those blocks, right? But I've already been told like the energy, right? There's going to be ways to offset that, but it's still at a consciousness level. It's still making some not be able to reach and ascend and activate their pineal glands, right? And that's also why they were doing so many different things. There's agents and in the sky and the swabs and the masks and just there's so much stuff, right? That it's like like I said, there's different ways, there's different strands. They've had this plan in place to really block ascension, right? And be able to block taking back control because they knew that this time was going to come, right? And something hasn't been able to sit right with me with all these vapes and how they're really coming at the children and the shots and the different things and seeing the change with children, how their minds are from children I've seen that I've known have had the vaccination to ones that have not, how they're acting. It's almost like it's mind control. I'm telling you, there's something in these vapes, right? And just I always knew, and there was one of those things, like I try to tell my children, like you're, for one, just never sat right with me that literally you plug it in and charge it, and then you're sucking on it and you're pulling stuff through, right? but it's the stuff that's in it. Okay, like if you look up even now all of the Delta 8s, the Delta 9s, all of that, like they have MK Ultra strands, right? And it says that these powerful strands are considered to be one of the most powerful indicas in the world, and this hypnotic cerebral hits almost immediately, right? See, there's a reason why this stuff is popping up everywhere, right? Okay, so I wanted to read this too. See, so the project MK Ultra was an illegal human experiments programs designed and undertaken by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency to develop procedures and identify drugs that could be used during interrogations to weaken individuals and force confessions through brainwashing and psychological torture. Now, if you don't think if they were doing this, from 1950 to 1964. If they were doing this then, what makes you think that they've stopped? That they wouldn't be doing things to brainwash, to control? We already know they're hypnotizing and things like that, but like look at the phones, look at all of the electronic devices, right? Like you feel gravitated for them, you feel pulled towards them, right? But it's like we've always known that. Right? Limit the screen time, all of this, it brings down your levels, you get depressed, you get sad, the levels, right, bring you down. But that's what I mean, like they've upped the game, right? So this was coming out very, very, very strong. So for a lot of you, it's almost like there's so much control, and people have taken it as far as like the nanobots and nanotechnology and things like that to be able to take over control. But it's finding out that what I knew was going to happen, like it's been happening in a different way. Like they have been targeting our children. They've been using our children against us. They've been poisoning and really targeting the children, right? Because it's like if they did, because they were starting, all the starseeds were starting to advance and reach high levels, right? Very young age. So they needed to do stuff, right? So there's this strong energy. Like people don't realize how much they're being controlled by MK Ultra. Another one is alcohol, right? Like look at it all. Like alcohol numbs your systems, your chakra systems. It shuts you down, disconnects you from source energy. It's things like that. Like I really feel like alcohol is not even the same as it was. Not to mention all the tobacco, the cigarettes, and now the vapes, and then seeding the skies. Like there's just so much. Like I was just like, wow, just taking it all in. Like I can't even put everything into words, right? And like for some of you, you might even just be like, she's crazy. But I know that this is gonna reach who it's meant to elaborate more on it. Just I know I hit some of my points this morning where I was just like, I could see all of it, and it's like that's why there needs to be like this reset. Like it's just there's so much, right? And it's not fair that a lot of people are literally running around on this program. There's so much control, right? It's like black magic, spell work, all sorts of stuff like is being done in large amounts, like way more. I really feel it's way more than like we initiated, like when we initially thought. Like we knew there was going to be some like you're hearing blowback. Like I don't know what this is. I really don't know what see what I mean. It's just like I've been getting let me go with redevelopment. Like it's one of these, like there's this big change, right? Maybe that's why they don't want me to put it all out there in the same message, right? But forever, and he needs to reach these things, right? Like they knew what they were doing, right? It's just like to take like a child's cell phone away. when they lose a cell phone and things like that, like it causes huge shifts within the brain levels and all sorts of stuff, because these children are so, that's what I mean. That's why if you're a parent, like, you know what it's like, just to, you think that you could say, oh, I'll just take, you know what I mean, like it's because it has to do with this MK Ultra, right? And for any of the children that have gotten the vaccinations, like, oh my gosh, right? Like there is a plan in place, a redevelopment plan. Okay, I can't disclose all of it in here. Okay, because I'm heavily washed, right? Because I mean, us starseeds, right? Because we're starseeded, we're different. You know, we've been shown, especially for those of us that have been coming out, right? Right. I don't know. I don't know how much longer they wanted me to go. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one, because I don't even know if they're going to let it go, because they lost or whatever. But for whoever needed to know that, like, it's like you have to. Some of these activations that we're undergoing, it's like the new plan, right? And that's why they're heavily trying to stop us from getting online with the ways to break this. I'm just hearing a stronghold. All it was is to set us back. Love is already won. You need to remember that, okay? Outside of here, this matrix, like, love is already won. But we're here, you know what I mean, trying to break everyone out of this matrix of control. We're on soul recovery missions, right? Getting everybody to awaken and get online, basically getting their soul back, right? Like, they're bringing me back to Ghostbusters, right? Afterlife, I watched the new one, or the Frozen Empire, right? Again last night, and like how she separates her soul, right? And how souls can get separated. Like, pretty much, like, that's what they have done. They've separated a lot of people from their souls. Okay, 12:22 o'clock as they say that. And this MK Ultra is like the mind control of, like, numbing you out where you're not connected to it. It's like not literally separating like they do in the movie, the soul from the body, but pretty much that's what they have done with this with these injections, with the chemicals, with all of this stuff, right? It has to do with you know what I mean? It's like not online with source. That's why I say, you know, everybody is not being online with true source energy. Okay, God's source energy is on a different frequency, a different level than most people are not online, right? Maybe you need to look into detoxifying, cleansing, because there's some of you, maybe like if you're smokers and drinkers, this is letting me know why you're having trouble connecting. Okay, why you're having trouble getting online with source energy. 13:33 o'clock as I say that, because they're doing so many things, and then eating this processed food. Like, don't even get me started on food. You need to eat food that's grown here, that's encoded with the codes of the universe. Okay, so eat your fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay. So all right, I'm gonna close out this transmission. I'm gonna get into another one. Watch whatever you feel guided to, though. Know that. Love and light to all of y'all. Bye.